Right, hello there. Welcome to my Let's Learn the Track series on iRacing. This season, we're going to be covering the BMW 12.0 series, which is kindly sponsored by simrigs.com. So please check out their website in the video description. Now, videos will be published weekly to coincide with the track changeover, and the intention of this series is to help you gain back that lost time. So this isn't a place for hot laps, this is a slow, methodical approach to learn the track, showing you my braking markers and my reference points. And as always, please let me know in the comments if this helps and you've managed to gain any time. Thanks for watching. Hello everybody, welcome to Let's Learn the Track BMW 12.0 edition, sponsored by simrigs.com. We're here at the beautiful circuit Zandvoort. Zandvoort always offers good racing, no matter what series is here, it's always top-notch racing, and I'm sure this week will be no different. Let's Learn the Track, what's it all about? Well, this is essentially a track guide. We're going to go out there, we're going to do a couple of slow laps. I'm going to show you what I use as reference points and braking markers as we go around the circuit. Then we'll slowly pick up the pace and show you those in action. And there's a couple of places here where you can gain a bit of time, and I'll explain where you can maybe set up an overtaking opportunity here. So I'll put the weather on screen now. We are using iRacing default weather with dynamic sky, and the session time is noon to match the official series. So, without further ado, let's get out on track. Right, here we are then, on pit lane. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my in-car adjustments and set my brake pressure bias to 51.4, which is what it is there. I think by default, it's 56 point something, which is far too high in my opinion. It's too easy to lock the brakes. Now, bear in mind that if you do lower the number, the brake pressure bias, the lower the number, the more pressure is going to the rear of the car as far as braking goes. So if you are trail braking or carrying a little bit of brake going into the turn, it's more likely to go around on you and spin with a low number there. So just bear that in mind. Find the number that suits you, but I think 56 is way too high. But for me, 51.4 is about bang on. Now for this one, I've put the driving controls in the middle. There's a few turns here where I use second gear, and because we're in second, we don't get the rotation from the diff at the rear. So I will be trail braking quite a bit on a few of these turns. So just bear in mind that that's how I get the car around these tighter turns. So keep an eye on that driving controls in the bottom at the centre of the screen. Right, pit exit at Zandvoort. If you've had to pit, then it's because you've either got damage and you've gone in for your fast repair, or you've had a penalty which you haven't cleared. So pit exit. As with most circuits, as soon as you exit pit road, you are right on the racing line for turn number one. Now we'll talk about turn number one next time by, but essentially there are two lines around here. You can either have a nice tight line, or you can treat this as a double apex where you can hit the first apex, drop deep, then cut back for the second one. So this turn, so we're going to be up to third gear here at this point, a nice wide entry. And then we're going to be aiming for this inside curb, and before the end of the curb, around about here, so halfway around the curb, we're going to take a bit of speed off the car. So not really heavy braking, but we're not trail braking at this point. We do need to get rid of a bit of speed. So we're going to be on this outside curb here in third gear, get rid of a bit of speed, then trail brake just to get the car to rotate. And then as soon as you're around that corner, you can get on the gas a little bit more just to settle the car, but then you're straight back on the brakes. There's no time to mess about there. If you look at the curb on the left hand side, so as soon as you get round this right hand turn, you've got this curb on the left hand side. Pretty much when that goes out your view, you're going to be on the brakes for this turn. Now again, this is a similar story as to turn number one. There are two lines around here. You can either go a nice tight line all the way around, or you can drop it deep. We're going to be in second gear, we can drop it deep, but it's essential that we cut it back for the second apex and get on the gas nice and early, because essentially we're flat out up here. Although there is a couple of turns, we are flat out up here, so whatever speed that you can carry out of that turn, or whatever extra, you're going to carry all the way up here. So nice and tight to the right. The car will be loose on here, mind, so bear that in mind, especially on cold tyres. We're going to be flat out kissing that curb on the right, then we're going to be aiming for this one, we're going to be clipping that one and aiming for this edge of the curb there. So not as far over to the right as I am now, but that's what we are aiming for. And we're going to be a right hand down, we're going to be turning right there. You'll see it when we pick up a bit more speed. Then we get the car straight, and then we're going to be down into fourth, then into third. Being patient here, getting the car back to this apex. As soon as we're back on this apex, we can get on the gas, accelerate all the way around up to fourth gear. Now then, this right-hander, this is where we can start setting up overtaking moves here. You may not get them done on this turn, or the next turn, or even the next turn, but if you start setting them up now, then you may well get an overtaking move into the horrible little chicane. So braking marker here, well, you've got the white line going across the circuit. Use that as your reference point. So we want the car as far over to the left as we possibly can. We're going to be in fourth gear, then down to third, and then we're going to be clipping this inside curb. Right over there, then back on the gas. And for this one, I don't know if you can see it there, there's a sign there. That's going to be what we're going to be using as our reference point there. So we're going to be on the right hand side of the circuit, looking at that sign. As soon as we get to that sign, we're going to be down into second gear, braking. Real nice wide entry here. If somebody's defending, it's going to compromise their exit, so you will carry a little bit more corner speed. And if they don't defend into this turn, you can slip up the inside. But on an optimum lap, we're going to be getting the car back over to the right hand side. We're going to be down into second gear. We're going to be trail braking all the way down, get the car back to the apex, a late apex, because we want to be on the gas. Because if you've set somebody up, then it may open up an overtake into this horrible little chicane. So we're moving the car over to the left. Now we've got a line going across the circuit there. That's your reference point there. Depending on how good you are on the brakes, that's your braking marker. I tend to brake anywhere between the line and the curb on the left hand side. And we're going to be leaving it in second gear. We're going to be braking all the way down in a straight line, and then we're going to be clipping this curb on the inside and then heading for the curb straight ahead there. Now again, this is almost like a double apex, this one. You'll feel it when you're driving it. You'll feel the car grip when it's trying to get to that second apex. That's what you want, and as soon as it grips, you can get back on the gas. So in second gear, and we're going to be nice and tight, and then we're going to be accelerating hard, getting on the gas early, using all of the track for the run down to this next section. Now this is where the car's going to get a bit loose, especially on the final turn, but there's quite a bit of downforce there, so it is manageable, but you will just need to lift off the gas a little bit just to get it round. So braking marker here, we've got the 50 board there. That's what we're going to be using on a flying lap, or just after, and we're going to be second or third gear. I prefer second gear around here. And then we're going to be turning in just before the end of the curb. We're going to be taking a big chunk of this on the inside, up to third gear, then up to fourth gear as we go around here. Quite a late apex here. It is cambered there, so you can carry a bit of speed, but the car will get a bit loose. And there's a horrible bump just there, so don't go off track there. That is a horrible bump, or if you do, just lift off the gas. Right, turn one. What have we got? Well, we've got the 150 board there, then we've got the little hut on the left hand side, and then we've got a line going across the circuit. So round about the hut, in between the hut on the left and this line going across the circuit, that's our braking marker. Second gear. Now like I said, there's two lines, so we can either take a nice tight line, or we can brake, or we can drop it deep, and then we can cut it back for the second apex to get a decent run up here. So over to the right, then move the car to the left. Just before the end of the curb, we're going to be braking nice and tight, get back on the gas a little bit, then back on the brakes. Nice wide line, but you need to pick up this second apex to get a good run onto this straight. Now the car's over to the right hand side here. The car will be loose, especially around this left here. Then up to fifth gear, then we're going to aim for that second curb. There it is. Then braking down into third gear. Really easy to run off to the left there, so just bear that in mind. Then up to fourth, then move the car right off to the left. Just after the line, we're going to be braking into third, cutting that curb, then back on the gas, looking for that sign on the right. There it is. Then nice wide line through here, get on the gas. Then move the car over to the right hand side. Again, late apex of this one, because you want to be on the gas, use all the track. The track's a lot wider than you would think there. Then over to the left as we go over the crest, we're looking for that white line going across the circuit. There it is. Down into second gear. We're going to cut this inside curb, and then we're going to clip the first apex. Second apex, you'll feel the car grip. So just at the 50, we're going to be braking there. You can leave it in third if you wish. Take a nice chunk of this inside curb. And up to fourth. Late apex, just balancing the car on the gas there. The car will get loose. Then over the line. Right, so we're looking for our braking point again, which is the hood. Leave it in fifth gear here. So there's the hood. Down into second gear. Nice and deep. Then cut it back for the second apex. Move the car over to the right. Then the left. There's the curb. So at the end of the curb, we're going to be turning in. Try not to hit the curb on the inside there, because that will unsettle the car there. So late apex here. And if you keep an eye on my driving controls, when we start picking up the pace, you'll see I've always got a little bit of brake on the slower stuff, just to help the car rotate, because we're using second gear. Same with here, a little bit of brake, just to load the front of the car up, just so there's a bit more grip. So the car over to the left, braking there, down into third gear, clip that curb on the right, which we didn't there, so down into second gear. Try not to clip this curb on the right there, because that is quite a steep curb. That will unsettle the car. Then braking, nice wide entry, late apex, get on the gas, use all of the track. The tyres are still not up to temperature. So just over the crest, the white line, we're going to be braking down into second gear, clip that curb, there's the second one, let it come back, and as soon as the car comes back and starts to grip, back on the gas. So at the 50 board, we're going to be braking. I like second gear. This helps the car rotate in the first part. Up to fourth gear, nice and tight. See, the car's a bit loose there, but there's a bit of downforce, so it is manageable. Right, we'll start to pick up the pace now. So looking for the hood. There it is, down into second gear. So we can take a nice tight line around there. It's up to you. Doesn't really matter. So it'll take a lap or two till we get the tyres up to temp. See, I didn't trail brake there, so it went a bit wide. So we're aiming for this curve on the right. There it is. And we're going to be down into third gear. Trail brake and get the car to the apex. I like to short shift to fourth at that point. Stay on the gas. Looking for the line. There it is. Take a nice chunk of that curve on the right. And braking down into second gear. The wider the line, the more speed you have through the apex of the turn. Looking for this line over the crest. There it is. Down into second gear. Cut that curve on the right. Let the car come back to you. You'll feel it grip. As soon as it grips, back on the gas. Braking at the 50. Tyres are still not up to temp. Yeah, the car's loose around there. Right, let's see if we can pick it up a bit more now. 37.2. A nice wide line. Back for the second apex. That was far too wide though. Car back for the second apex. Missing that one. Shift to fourth. Looking for that line. There it is. Get that curve on the right. Get back on the gas. Then we're going to be braking down into second gear. Nice wide line through here. Tyres are coming in a bit more now. And braking. Late apex of this one. Get on the gas. Stay off the grass though. And look at that line across the circuit. There it is. Put this first part. And nice and tight. Wait for the car to grip. You'll feel it grip. You'll know what I mean as soon as you drive round. Right, see if it's still as loose going around here. A little bit better now. Still a bit loose around there though. And we should be well into the 35s on a flying lap. Low 35s I would guess. We'll try one more. A little bit better. Still not a great turn one though. As you can see, we hit that curb there. I have to go there first. It's just not getting round as well as I want it to there. A little bit better around there. A little bit quicker, but still not as quick as we could go. I'm going to do one more lap, just in case it is the tyres. Right, here we go then. This is the lap. Maximum attack mode now. We want a low 35, that's what we're looking for. I think that's easily doable. That second apex is so important to get a good run up here. Aiming for that second curve there on the inside. Down to third, then short shift to fourth, get on the gas. I'll probably race this one this week though. This feels a bit better. The fast guys are probably going to be well into the 34s though, I would imagine. There we go, a little bit quicker. So we did get low 35s, did we? Yes, a 35-1. 34's definitely doable. There's not a lot of places to overtake it, it's just in that back section. Like I say, it's all about setting up an overtake around there. We'll just have a run around there now. I'll try and explain that a little bit better. So around here, everybody's going to be single file. There's not really going to be a lot you can do on here. Maybe a run up here if they don't defend, but it's sketchy going for the overtake up this section. But this is where you want to start setting it up now. So you want a good run out of this right turn here. A good run out here, put the pressure on to the guy going into this fast right hand over the curb. So if you've got the pressure on, the guy might defend going into this right. Well, you want a really tight wide line because you're going to carry a lot more corner speed than him here. Then if he goes to defend, you're just going to switch back, and again a nice wide line. His exit's going to be severely compromised. Now he'll probably defend on the right hand side here, but if you can get the inside line for this tight right, so if you can outbrake him here, and a nice tight wide line there, and you've got the inside, he's got nowhere to go. That's going to be the move, I think. That's going to be where a lot of the overtakes are done, or the clean overtakes. You'll have the dive bombs into turn 1, I would imagine, as usual. But there we go. That's Zandvoort. It's going to be good fun this week. I'm definitely going to race it this week. So there we go. That's Zandvoort done. I've got a really good feeling about this week. I think the BMW M8 and Zandvoort, I think it's the perfect combination. The car's loose enough to be enjoyable, but still catchable, if that makes sense. Let me know in the comments how you get on this week. Has it helped? Have you had a win? I always like to know. I always like to read those. And if you want to see more, then you can click on the playlist and there'll be all the BMW 12.0 series Learn the Tracks for this season. As I mentioned at the beginning, this series is sponsored by simrigs.com, so please have a look in the video description of their website. Nice guys, sell all kinds of sim-related stuff. Go and check them out if you wouldn't mind. So anyway, have a good week. Good luck, everybody. Catch you later. Cheers.